This is MC Frontalot at the Orlando Nerd Fest on August 10th, Sunday, 2014. How you doing, MC Frontalot?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Awesome. Tell me, how did you get into nerdcore?
How to get into nerdcore? I liked rap music a lot ever since I was young. I was doing it as a hobby. It seemed like a nerdy thing to be sitting there rapping into my computer, so I called it nerdcore. That's how I got into it.
Cool. And just from you tagging it as nerdcore, I guess the genre has stuck.
It's turned into a word that other people also wanted to apply to the raps they were making, and it turned from a thing that I thought was like a silly indictment of overinflation of subgenres in music criticism, turned from that into like a real actual subgenre.
Cool.
Made out of lots of people who are doing their own thing and all kinds of different nerdy things, and it all just happens to kind of fit comfortably under that word, and
cool.
Makes me happy.
All right. I know that you have a degree in English and electronic music.
I have an English degree.
Were you going to be a professor or English teacher at any point?
I wanted to be a fiction writer.
A fiction writer?
I wanted to be a novelist.
Novelist?
Actually.
Have you wrote anything besides raps? I mean, have you actually put anything out, like books and stuff?
I have put out 0 books.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I got kind of waylaid by this music career turning into a full-time gig. I wrote a play, a musical, along with G minor 7, my keyboardist, before the rap stuff was taking off. That was in the Fringe Festival in New York 10 years ago. Got put up at some schools and stuff. It had a little bit of a life. It was called Young Zombies in Love. You can still find the soundtrack floating around on the internet if you're interested.
I'll look for that. That's a great name. Cool. Now, even though you are, you tour and you're putting out music, do you ever think about maybe one time, if you ever have the time or the chance to write anything? Is there anything in your head that's, as far as like novel-wise?
I still would very much like to return to writing when I am able. I don't know when that'll be, but I did turn 40 recently, and I'm pretty sure the young people will get sick and tired of seeing me jump around like an idiot on stage at some point.
I doubt that.
Then I can retire, and maybe I will write a book about becoming a pretend internet celebrity and parlay my limited music notoriety into a literary career through the non-fiction entryway.
Right.
And then once I've got a book agent, the world is my oyster. I can write weird magical realism books about Lego figures, or I'm not sure what I'll write about. We'll find out.
Cool. You also have a degree in electronic music.
Nope.
Oh, you don't?
Where'd you read that? Internet?
Yes, the internet.
A lot of information, and people don't know this, but a lot of information that you find on internet is suspect to varying degrees. I did study electronic music production a little bit in college, and that certainly helped a lot towards my music career. I also studied graphic design a little bit in college, and that helped a lot too. If I'd paid designers to do all the designing I've done for my MC Frontalot career, my profit would be a tidy 0 on the whole endeavor.
Right. I hear you. Wow. Okay. I had some questions on your electronic music degree, but I guess not going there. So what do you do when you're not touring? I mean, are you a gamer, or are you?
Yeah, I remain if you were being nice to yourself, you'd be like, I'm a dedicated gamer. That's one of my passions. Lately, I feel more like I'm a victim of my gaming obsessions. I'm trying to get rid of trying to finish this record, and yet Watch Dogs comes out, and I'm like, I've been waiting, slapping on the edge of my seat for 2 years, waiting for this goddamn game to come out. I better not play it till I deliver the record. Waste 6 days.
Wow.
and I can't even force myself to just do the story mission and then put it down. The story missions and put them down. It's like fucking running around getting collectibles, maxing out the little stupid bullet time meter. That game's not even that good. A wise man would have waited at least 4 weeks for them to patch up all the performance issues on Steam, on the Steam version. I'm not a wise man. That's my current picture of my own gaming habit. Right. Unwise.
So what's your console of choice?
I was never a console gamer growing up. I was Commodore 64 and then PC. And the fancier consoles started coming out when I was in college. My friends had like Genesis and PlayStation 1. And I still never had one, but I started playing them with my friends. I never bought a console until I bought a used PS2 to play San Andreas.
Okay.
And I bought a DS to play Chinatown Wars. I bought a 360 to play GTA 4. Literally every console I've ever owned I bought to play a Grand Theft Auto game.
Wow. So
when the next Grand Theft Auto game comes out, I'll get one of the current generation consoles probably. But at the moment I still have a 360 and it's mostly for Netflix.
Okay. But you really like GTA apparently.
Apparently I do. Apparently I've got a thing for GTA games. Ever since the first one, actually, which you had to kind of have a buddy to help you play because it didn't have the like plot routing GPS. It had this sort of arrow pointing somewhere on the screen, and there were all these bridges, and it was like extremely difficult to get somewhere else on the map. So you'd have a printout of a JPEG of the map that you'd gotten off a website, and your friend would like sit there and like,
That was on PlayStation. That was on the original PlayStation, right?
No, not the version I played. I played it on PC.
Because I remember the version, the original.
DOS. It was a DOS game,
really?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
You could watch it through Windows, but
because the first one I ever played for GTA was an above map.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
GTA
that
1.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it was like that. Okay. Right. All right. And who are some of your influences?
In hip hop?
Yep.
All the stuff I grew up with in the early '90s, late '80s. Public Enemy, De La Soul, NWA, Del the Funky Homo Sapien, Tribe Called Quest.
Okay. And I guess as far as video game or gaming influences, they would strive from old Commodore 64 and up, I guess is what you're telling me.
Video games, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I like board games too, and I like card games. I don't play Magic. Mostly, actually, I get to tabletop gaming these days mostly through my bass player, Black Lotus. He remains super into it, and he always knows what the fun current landscape looks like.
Okay.
So he'll have every time we go on tour, he'll have something he's determined to get us all to play that's like impossible to play in the van. And we'll find some moment when we can spread it out and give it a try. And I see cool new things at PAX.
Right. So you're saying that that he's the one that kind of introduces you into new like card games and stuff. So is there anything that you actually like at the time that you're playing as far as card games? Is there anything new?
Right at the moment? No. Got nothing on my card game list at the moment.
Okay.
I still like Apples to Apples, honestly, which is not like a gamer game.
Right.
We call it a casual game, a free to play.
Cool. You play Flux or any of the?
I've played only the tiniest amount of Flux. There's this Western gunfighting game called Bang that I quite like.
Really?
Yeah, take a look at that.
Bang? Is that and it's a tabletop game, or it's a really?
It's a little card game. It's a 4-player, 4 to maybe more. And if anybody who sees this wants to give me a present, people sometimes try to bring me presents at cons. Bless their hearts. If you can find a real, actual, I think 1960s is when they're from, with the original French graphic design version of Mills Born, which I don't even know if I pronounce it right.
What was it called?
Millborn or Mills Born. 1,000 Miles is the American translation. It's a car racing card game.
Oh, no kidding.
And they redid the design in the 80s, and it looks like shit. And that's the version I started on. But later in life, hanging out with all these gamers, I saw the unbelievably beautifully designed original version.
Cool.
And it's a collector's edition. It's been out of print for a zillion years, but they might have reprinted the old version at some point. I just have never been able to find one. So if anyone ever wants to get me a cool present that will make me think that they're cool,
Well, now everybody knows.
find me an old Millborn. Yeah.
Cool.
Millsborn.
Millsborn. So you're a child of the 70s, 80s, right?
Born in '73.
Okay. Any favorite toys? Do you collect toys or anything that you're
I
into?
collected the Kenner Star Wars stuff because I was the target age kids. I was among the target age kids when those movies were coming out.
Okay.
I got every single original run Kenner Star Wars figure. I never lost any of their guns or robes. I have them all in my mom's basement. I could not afford the all of the larger toys, but I have a Millennium Falcon. I've got a Dagobah. I've got a Death Star. I've got an AT-AT. Those were the sort of the prize. Oh, I've got a Hoth. Those were the prize spots. I did not really collect G.I. Joe, but I had a few of those. I was so obsessed with the Kenner Star Wars that like the fully articulated wrists and elbows on the G.I. Joes just seemed like
Yeah.
it's like putting on airs, you know.
So then I guess Star Wars was your choice back then. That was your favorite movie or favorite
Sure, when I
toys?
was a kid, I was real deep into Star Wars, yeah.
Cool. What do you think about all these new movies that are being worked on now?
The J.J. Abrams, and then whoever's doing the next ones.
Yeah, the guy who does, I can't remember his name. The guy who does that movie Looper, but I don't remember his name though.
Looper, great soundtrack. Sorry, hold on one sec. Please edit out me having to coordinate stuff with my band while I'm in the middle of an interview.
That's fine. That's cool. Yeah. So.
What do I think of the new Star Warses that are going to come out?
Yeah. Any.
I suppose I'm cautiously optimistic. I was super optimistic the last time they had some new Star Wars movies. I feel like that bit me in the butt a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to tamp down the optimism and just
let
let whatever comes come.
Right.
We'll see.
I hear you. I'm the same way. Yeah. Cool. Now, have you ever tried to put your music into get your music into any movies or?
I've had songs in some little indie movies here and there. If a director is, a fan or something, they'll reach out and I will license something to them inexpensively.
Cool. Okay. Tell me what's coming next for MC Frontalot.
Well, my new record, Question Bedtime, comes out August 26th. I'm on tour from August 19th through September 20th in the US, and then September 24th through October 24th in the UK, opening for Wheatus on all of those dates. And then PAX Australia after that, and I will probably figure out how to do a couple shows after that.
Cool. All right, well, we've come to the end of the interview. You got any last words?
Nope.
All right.